Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for the NXT Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man that will bring you all the wrestling happenings from the WWE Superstars of tomorrow, Eric M. Lima.
Why, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. And thank you. And I hope you guys out there like my new intro and thumbnail. Now, like I said, I'm making new thumbnails. I've been putting them up, and hopefully you guys like them. So, welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans, 1977, episode number 2104. Just got done watching NXT, the fallout from Roadblock. As you know, bit of a roadblock for Julia, losing the NXT Women's Championship. Where does she go from here? She is I think she is she suffered an injury, and that's why she had to drop the title to Stephanie Vaquer. So Vaquer is the first ever double champion in NXT Women's history. So that is a huge goal, huge opportunity, a huge history making accomplishment for her. And now we're feeling the after effects of Roadblock. And I'll tell you one thing: when it comes to WrestleMania season, whether it will be or Stand and Deliver in the NXT's case, you're talking about lots of craziness and insanity goes down. And we saw a lot of it already, starting the Elimination Chamber. I think John Cena's turn and the diatribe that he pulled out yesterday was. I'll tell you one thing: if that's not the catalyst of everything going down on NXT, I'll tell you what, or in the WWE for that matter. I don't know what is, man. Let me tell you, it's going to be insane in the membrane, as Cypress Hill once sang. And let me tell you, it is something to be said about that. Seriously, it is something to be said about that. So let's kick it off with the Women's United States title, Chelsea Green, with the Women's United States title, accompanied by her secret Herbis. That would be the team of Alba Fire and Piper Niven. And she was defending the title against Sol Ruca with Zarya. I gotta admit something about Zarya. I'm starting to like Zarya. I think she's really cute. And even it reminds me, if you take Beth Phoenix and Demolition had a baby. If Beth Phoenix or one of the members of Demolition had a baby, you're talking about Zarya, because Zarya's got the war paint, and the Demolition and Beth Phoenix are known to brutalize opponents with their power and strength. And I see I'll see a lot of Beth Phoenix inside Zarya, and you know what? And she's going to be an unstoppable force. Give her more TV time, give her more opportunities on the mic and all that, and I think you're going to see the future of the women's division in Zarya, and I'm dead serious on this. You talk about three of the biggest international signings. First was Julia, then Stephanie Vaquer, now Zarya. I think that's going to be a huge deal. Those three. You add Jordynne Grace to the mix, the women's division is still strong. Even without Julia in there, Jordynne Grace has been stepping up, and is going to step up, and a lot of women are going to be stepping up in this division, right? So, and this matchup, the secret Herbis gets involved. During the matchup with Alba Fire put Chelsea's foot on one of the ropes to prevent a pinfall. Zarya spears her. Piper Niven blast Zarya with a clothesline, and so Ruka took the secret Herbis out, and it kind of cost her in the end the inexperience, and Chelsea Green ended up retaining the title. So I would not be surprised if Zarya and Ruka decide to challenge the secret Herbis to a tag match. We'll still soon find out down the road. Javon Evans was talking to Trick Williams, and he was kind of concerned about the four gentlemen that's been attacking, and then Trick Williams says, "No, I'm going out there for my title." Lexis King then talks to Evans afterwards as Trick Williams was getting himself ready for the underground match against Heath Thorpe. That's the main event match. And as Lexis King talks a little smack, he got a slap across the face from Javon Evans. So the D'Angelo family decided strategizes for the match against the Culling, and Stack says that Tony D'Angelo should stay in the back. Tony D'Angelo, Luca Crisafino doesn't, and Adriana Rizzo doesn't think it's a good idea. But then Tony D'Angelo kind of about the question. He said, "Nah, it's good. That's why I fucking want to be boss." So Stephanie McCare, the new NXT Women's Champion and the current NXT Women's North American Champion, came out to address. He says, "Anybody wants to step up, come to the ring and I'll accept." And then Jordan Grace interrupts McCare, saying, "Hey, you're one of the best, no problem." And she had those boots on that. I don't know, she posted on X about these big, humongous platform boots. It's like, how is that woman going to walk in boots? And she was practicing. And then as she was about to head to the ring, Jada Parker blasts her from behind and attacks her. And Jada Parker went nose to Stephanie McCare and says, "You step up on sight." She's going to step up on sight. So, so we'll see what that leads to. And Hank Walker and Tank Ledger hype each other up before that tag matchup as they face the team of Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura. I suggest, you want to know how good Inamura, a very good wrestler Inamura is, watch his match against Ivar in WWE Speed on X. Trust me when I say this. Trust me when I say this. Yoshiki Inamura and Ivar, that was a heck of a matchup. It would have gone either way. That's all I want to say. And these two teams went all out. They brawled each other to the point. Then one mistake by Walker and Ledger, I think it cost them in the matchup, as Briggs and Inamura win the matchup and puts them one step closer to becoming number one contenders for the tag team titles. That's held by Fraxium. We shall see on that situation. Eddie Thorpe and Rich Holland as Eddie Thorpe walked in the locker room. Everybody else kind of spread apart. And they talk about Ricky Starks and Trick Williams, and Ricky Saints, I should say, and Trick Williams. And he said, "Well, you take care of your business, I'll take care of mine." So there you go. Meanwhile, the six-person tag match, D'Angelo families, the underboss Channing Stacks Lorenzo, Luca Crisafino, the Consigliere, and Adriana Rizzo going up against Nico Vance, Brooks Jensen, and Izzy Dame of the Culling. And Sean Spears was at ringside. Tony D'Angelo was not. During the matchup, Vic Joseph was mentioning, like, groups like the NWO, you get and then he mentioned Booker T as G.I. Bro and the Misfits in action. And he goes, "Oh, yeah." Booker T's like, "Oh, this is one moment that Vic Joseph reposted." Because I thought this was hilarious. You see, I was getting Bobby the Brain Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon vibes from the two of them when this little exchange happened. And he goes, "Oh, what's the matter, Booker? You're making me think about Major Guns, man. Would you focus?" I was like, that was like Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan must have reincarnated as Vic Joseph and Booker T, because that was a hilarious exchange. I love it when Vic Joseph and Booker T, they remind me a little bit of that, even though Booker T was a little bit smarter and more intelligent than Bobby Heenan was. I think Booker T's got that cool comic type, excitement type, hype person type vibes I get from him. It's really cool to see that, because Booker T can really cut a promo. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, ninja. Okay, anyways, I said ninja. I try not to say that word, okay? Anyway, I'm not falling for that trick. So, anyways, during the matchup, though, the Mystery Four attacked Tony D'Angelo in the back, distracting the rest of the D'Angelo family. It cost them the match against the Culling. The Culling had won the matchup. Ava was talking to Stephanie McCare, and so Ava says next week there will be a title match between NXT Women's title on the line. Stephanie McCare against Jada Parker. Fallon Henley again whines and cries about her rematch, and then Stephanie McCare goes, "Hold up, give her the rematch." And then Fine. And she goes, no. And then Stephanie McCare goes, I'll fight both nights. So next week, history is going to be made. Stephanie McCare will put both titles on the line for the very first time. It'll be her against Jada Parker, and then her against Fallon Henley for the women's North American title. So there's that. And Carmen Petrovich went up against JC Jane, and during the matchup, Ashanti Diadonis tries to hand her a steel chair, and the referee said, no, don't. And then Carmen Petrovich kind of refused. She's trying to win, but JC Jane ended up winning the matchup. And meanwhile, Hanky and Tank were accessing their loss in the tag match to Briggs and Inamura, and then Wesley, Tyreek Igwe, Tyson DuPont were interrupting them, and they were making fun of Hank and Tank. I'm telling you something right now, that match could happen, and believe me, Hank and Tank against DuPont and Igwe, that's going to be a brawl waiting to happen. Then Jada Parker was addressing her title shot against Vaquer, but in the background you see Carmen Petrovich arguing with Ashanti Diadonis. Ashanti Diadonis, I'm trying to help you and all that, and then Carmen Petrovich walked away. Ashanti, brother, you got to understand, you got to respect the lady here in this situation, you know? So that was the case, man. Ashanti Diadonis needs to grow a brain a little bit, you know? If the lady does not want to win cheating to do it, then she doesn't. Come on, you got to accept that, man. If you love your girl, you would make her happy, man. You want to honor her. That's what I would. If I tried to hand her a steel chair and she don't want it, well, fine, you know. But, okay, no problem. Just, or use the chair to distract the referee and, you know, who knows? Ashanti Diadonis should have strategized a little bit better next time. That's my personal opinion. Ricky Saints went one-on-one with Ridge Holland. Saints ended up winning the matchup. And then the four gentlemen were interviewed about, Cutler James, Shaquan Sugars, Dion Lennox, and the new guy. I forget the name of the other four, the mystery four guys in NXT. Let me look that up again. Okay, four guys in NXT. No. Hold up. All right, Mr. Okay, all right, we know now. I know three of the people: Dion Lennox, Dion Lennox, let me look up. Dion Lennox, the mystery court. Or Osiris Griffin. Okay. So Cutler James, Dion Lennox, Shaquan Sugars, and Osiris Griffin. They talked about it, and they got themselves a name. The name is Dark State. Don't know why. They call themselves that. Dark State. So they're known as Dark State. So when Dark State's around, no one is safe. So Osiris Griffin, Shaquan Sugars, Cutler James, and Dion Lennox. Watch those four gentlemen. They're gonna really turn some heads. Now, Kelly Kincaid interviewed Saints after the matchup, but the Cullen interrupts Saints, and then Izzy Dane says you don't measure up, and Sean Spears starts laughing. You shouldn't be laughing, you sweetheart. You know how I can measure up. And Sean Spears kind of looks at Sean Spears better watch himself. Because it'll be only a matter of time that Ricky Saints can take that North American title just as fast as soon as Spears won it. So Sean Spears better watch himself against Ricky Saints. Let me tell you, I know they known each other from the AEW days, but this is NXT, man. You better watch. Put you on a swivel there, Spears. You're a champion. You got a bullseye on your back, and I'm sure Ricky Saints will be the lightning bolt to strike it. If anybody doesn't know, don't get that, I'm a game show fan. That's all you need to know. Meanwhile, Trick Williams and Eddie Thorpe went one-on-one in a matchup, and this was a heck of a brawl. Everybody was at ringside. Everybody's bodies flying all over the place. And Trick Williams won by TKO. Hit him with a trick knee shot and started pounding away on Thorpe. The referee said that's enough. TKO. And then Trick Williams addressing Thorpe. He said, "You know, stop squabbling." And then he calls out Obafemi. Obafemi comes out and confronts and tips up his shirt about the brawl with Williams. And then Dark Stage, the lights went out. Here comes Dark Stage showing up among the crowd. Javon Evans goes, "Stop it." We got Dark Stage and run around. They push him down. Both men started a brawl. Javon Evans was trying to break it up. But then all of a sudden, Javon Evans, the PC guys, all jumped in the ring from the underground. The underground guys, except for Oro Mensah, jumped in the ground, tried to break it up, tried to separate the two of them. And then afterwards, Javon Evans hits Obafemi with a cutter. And then starts staring down at Trick Williams. And Dark Stage is like, "This is pretty good. We don't even do a dang thing." Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I had to look up those four guys. Because I knew three of the four. Is that I don't know the other guys. No, so it's Osiris Griffin, Shaquan Sugars, and guys you've seen on NXT level up before it got canceled. Dion Lennox and Cutler James. Those four gentlemen, they want to make a statement. They're going to make that statement. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if Nikita Lyons is still hurt or not, or they're taking her off TV for a while. Don't know what's up with her. I'm hoping that she's still with the WWE. Who knows? I'm kind of hoping, because I think WrestleMania, you're going to see a lot of changes happening. So we shall see what's going on, all right? WrestleMania season, very important. Stand Deliver season, very important as well. If Stephanie Becerra retains the Women's North American title next week against Fallon Henley, I see that title being vacant. And like I said, speaking of Nikita Lyons, she's going to probably want to step up against Stephanie Becerra. Jordan Grace has been stepping up. Everybody's going to be stepping up, because Stephanie Becerra right now is now the prime target in the women's division, and believe me, it will only be a matter of time too. So, and like I said, also as a result of the incident between Javon Evans and Lexis King, next week there will be a Heritage Cup Championship matchup as Lexis King defends it against the young OG Javon Evans. And what is Dark State going to do? Who knows what they're going to do? Probably attack more people. The Culling. We got a lot of factions. The Culling, the D'Angelo family, Dark State. We got fatal influence on the women's side. Who knows for sure? Craziness is happening here. That's all the time we have on the show. Episode 2104 has been complete. And tomorrow we're going to have the Joker's Wild. We're going to pull that one-arm bandit against that rotten devil. I beat him again last week to see if I can do it again. We'll be halfway through this week. Not only that, we got WWE Evolve tomorrow night and AEW Dynamite. So I cannot wait for that. So that's all the time we have on the show. Thank you for tuning in for this episode. Until another episode comes rolling around here on Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, Mr. Announcer, please take us home, sir. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.